Présentement, l'opinion se demande que devient la force de l'EAC.
Mais je crois que je viens de le...
The purpose of the Eastern forces. I believe I just said it. We have done with the help of our Minister of Foreign Affairs, the General Secretary of the Organization of the Eastern Africa. We were asking for the mandate to be prolonged of the East African forces. So therefore, the request of the General Secretary of that organization is to once again give them 6 months more, 6 more months. As I said here, we are going to evaluate the situation because there are problems of functioning problem in this with this regional force. The first, I listed it here. The first reason that pushes us to ask ourselves questions is the role of that was assigned to this regional force, which is not fulfilled. Today, in certain regions, there is evaluate of these contingencies where the military officers of those countries, while they get, when reaching in DRC, they clearly say they are not coming to fight M23, which was not part of a plan. And then with that, there's the problem of the commander of the force himself. You heard Mr. General Jeff Gada, who left in a spectacular way. We're talking about threats. He's talking about threats, but he has never told us anything about those threats. Why did he not tell us about the threats? He alone knows. And when he decides to leave the Democratic Republic of Congo, Kenya directly designs or sends another commander of the force without consultations, as if that force only belonged to Kenya. So there must be a problem. So we need to talk about it in order to clarify the situation. And because the mandate is almost is ending in the month of June, if by that time we estimate that the mandate was not fulfilled, then we are going to decide of the coming of the forces of SADC, which we have to put in place. And moreover, what was decided when it comes to Angola is to also send certain forces or troops, but that was rather for the purpose of facilitating the...
We are, regrettably, noticing a very disturbing security situation in Eastern DRC with a deterioration of the humanitarian situation due to the resurgence of the M23 rebellion and illegally armed groups. The armed groups have in the past year, intensified their acts of violence, increased their activities, leading to the displacement of the population, particularly in North Kivu, South Kivu, and Ituri provinces. The acts of hostilities and attacks by the illegal armed groups against government security forces and innocent civilians in the Eastern DRC indeed undermines the sovereignty and integrity of the DRC, and thus makes it difficult for the DRC to pursue its developmental agenda for the benefit of its citizens. This calls for immediate support of the DRC to restore peace and security in Eastern DRC, on the eastern part, particularly at this critical time when the DRC is preparing for national elections scheduled to be held in December this year. Your Excellencies, as you are all aware, SADC has since 2013